How you doing? This is going to be a bit of a rant. If you believe anything the government tells you anymore, then you're smoking something. They don't tell the truth on anything. Um, Once you accept that fact, you'll be a lot happier. Um, and it's not just, our laws, our government, our way of life, our existence. It's our history. They've tried to erase our history, even our prehistory. I mean, pyramids weren't tombs. The ones in Egypt, there was never a single mummy found in them. There's pyramids on every continent on the face of the earth, including Antarctica. But they don't want to acknowledge that that's a pyramid. Oh, it's just a mountain. Like, no, as the snow melts, that's why they're so worried about global warming. Which, maybe global warming's true, but it ain't our fault. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Um, I'm just telling you what I believe. And I believe what my eyes showed me, that there's a pyramid on Antarctica. Um, I've seen evidence of a cobblestone road in Antarctica. They don't want all the snow to melt because they don't want us to see that for whatever reason. I mean, why not see it? There's got to be some underlying reason. Um, I even saw a report where they're going to try to make artificial snow, like out of plastic, and spray it all over the Antarctic continent. I mean, this was an actual article, just to hide things. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I do, but I don't, if you know what I mean. Um, you go beyond that. Say you get to where, yeah, okay, that's a pyramid. Okay, now let's look to Mars. Guess what? There's a pyramid on Mars. And there's that, the highly controversial face on Mars. That the first picture of it was taken in 1976 by the Viking uh, orbiter, or whatever it was. Viking 1 and 2. Um, is there life on Mars? I don't know. Maybe bacterial. Who knows? But here's a good question for you. One of those rovers on Mars has been there for 14 years, and it's cleaner now than it has been in several years. Who cleaned it? Why is it still active? How is it still active in those adverse conditions? How is it still possible that it's active? Um, so back to domestic issues. If you really believe the government wants to take our guns away for our own protection, then there's really no hope for you. Thomas Jefferson said that the strongest reason for the people to retain their right to keep and bear arms is, as a last resort, to defend themselves against a tyrannical government. That may not be an exact quote, but that's pretty close. That is the whole reason for the Second Amendment. The second protects the first and all the other ones. They don't want us to have these rights. They want us to be subjects, not citizens. And we can't allow that. if you want your kids and your grandkids to be as free as we have been in our lives, then it's time to step up and do something about it. You know, my son just turned 15. Well, he'll be 16 this year. And he's my youngest. But he's already to the point where he can't believe the freedom I had as a kid. I mean, I rode in the back of a pickup truck. I stood up in the bed of a pickup truck. I never got hurt. You know, we played outside all day. No parental supervision. I mean, from the time I was like 6 or 7. When we lived on the farm, my brothers and I would get on our horses and just go ride the property. No adult with us. I mean, my kids are like, really? So I try to give my kids as much freedom as I had, but I mean, 2 of them are already adults, so my son, it is difficult because my son took off walking back to the lake the other night, and I got a little concerned because I didn't know where he was, but you know, things like that happen, and we have to trust our kids to be able to make good decisions. Like, I mean, we didn't always make good decisions as kids, but we lived. And yeah, it is a little bit different of a world nowadays. There's more predators than there used to be. At least it seems like there is. Maybe it's just that we have more knowledge of them now, and that makes us more cringy. Like, ooh, I can't let him do that. I don't know, I'm just kind of ranting, but I went off on a tangent there. I got a lot of work to do around here this spring. Got a chicken coop to build, a greenhouse to build, a rabbit hutches to build. I got to get my rain barrels plumbed in. And that's all going to happen this year because I don't think we've got much longer. And I need to be as self-sufficient as I possibly can be. I got a couple of extra drums that I think I'm just going to cut holes in the top and put those underneath my downspouts on my house. But I've got a whole rack of them in the back that I need to plumb together. And that's going to be like another 500 gallons of water with those. So, a lot of work to do. But you got to have fun while you do it too. If it's all work, then you're going to be less likely to do it. You got to make some of it fun somehow. I mean, figure it out. But if you go into it with the attitude of, oh God, I can't believe I got all this crap I got to do, you're never going to get it all done. If you go into it with the attitude of, hey, I get to build a chicken coop because we're raising chickens and we're going to have eggs, and you know, it's going to be great, and I'm going to build some rabbit hutches so we've got a steady supply of meat all year round without having to go to the grocery. You got to, it's a lot of it's attitude. So, and I'm guilty of it too. I've gotten the attitude of like, oh crap, I got to do all this crap today, and all I wanted to do was just curl up in bed, especially in the winter. That's the worst. now that the sun's shining, we're still having some cold nights. I'm having to cover up the uh, garden plants and stuff at night because it's getting down into the, oh, it's going to get down into the 20s here this week. So stuff I've already planted, I really don't want to lose. So like last night, I put buckets over the plants, and I'll have to do that every night until we get past this little evening cold snap weather. Anyway, I covered a lot of ground in this video, from the government to Mars to chicken coops. So I just had some things on my mind I wanted to get off my chest. So I got to get back to work though. So I'm gonna let you go. Till next time, I'm not Victoria Curum. Stay safe out there.